Hello guys, back again. A lot of Nintendo stuff in the news lately, and this time, just when the Wii U you think it's gonna get kicked down, it's gonna get kicked down again. What happened is Secure Access, a company dedicated to the monetization and management of internet security patents, is suing Nintendo of America and Nintendo Company for allegedly infringing on a patent concerning the Wii U. The Southeast Texas Record reports. Uh, The patent in question was filed in 2000 and published in 2003 for a multi-screen personal computer display method and apparatus, or a computer which provides display capabilities on more than one screen. The Wii U supposedly infringes on this patent with the use of its gamepad. Now, the company's not only just suing Nintendo, they're also suing GameStop, Target, Amazon, Best Buy for selling the console without a license or authorization. And the Secure Access is, of course, seeking compensatory damages, costs, interest, and other relief. But the judge, Rodney Gilstrap, kind of an interesting, funny name, will preside over the case, which will include a jury trial. Now, this is not the first time Nintendo's been through a lawsuit like this. They were sued for patent infringement before. In 2013, a trial began over the company's use of 3D technology for the 3DS, and of course, they lost that. And they had to pay royalties of 1.82% of the wholesale of every handheld sold. Other lawsuits have accused the company of violating patents with the Wii Fit balance board, so forth and so on. Now, the terms in these articles that they talk about are very generic. On paper, the way they make it sounds like Nintendo's guilty. But it all depends on what the patent really is. You can assume that because you have a patent where your one device goes to another multi-devices, that it may not be the same thing at all. They may be designed completely different. They may not do it in the same way. There's several that just because when you hear words of that patent, you'd have to dig into detail what it actually makes it do. To do that, and does the Wii U actually infringe on that? It's kind of like, when Android was made and Google didn't, either they didn't know or whatever, when the Android was being made, they didn't realize that Microsoft had, the software side had already made something that was actually used inside their product, and later Microsoft went after them, now Microsoft makes $2 billion a year off licensing because they own the rights to the patent to this thing that every Android software has to use. So, because it's such generic, it's hard to say whether Nintendo's guilty or not. That is a very generic term, basically saying that, for a multi-screen personal computer display method and apparatus, a computer which provides display capabilities of more than one screen. That's a generic term. The patent may not exactly say that in that detail, and it's just someone has to look at it and say, okay, does this device, the way this patent was given, what way was this patent given to them? Was the patent given to them for that specific, or was it like a certain part of that? Because you could put a patent in for one thing, but they can decide, okay, you're only going to get a patent for this. We're not going to give you a patent for the rest of this. So we'll ultimately have to wait and see how this all pans out. If Nintendo is at fault, it's just another kick in the Wii U. The Wii U, a system that's already been kicked around by enough people as it is. The system, in my opinion, it's only got 2 years left, maybe 3. 2 years, I think, left before Nintendo shows off the next console, to be honest with you. I think Nintendo will learn from the mistakes of the Wii U. If it doesn't turn around this year, the Wii U's not going to turn around. So what do you think about the fact these guys have gone after them? And the fact they've gone after the retailers because they say without license or authorization, okay? That's going to be harder for me to prove is the actual companies who sold the system are at fault. That's just being spread out your net as far as you can, and let's see if we can get money from everybody. Let's see if we can get these other guys to settle out of court. And again, Secure Access is a company that dedicated to monetization and management of internet security patents. In other words, their job is to go after people or find a reason to go after people. So they're not exactly a great organization, because that's what they do. They go after people for what they think infringes a patent that they have. So they're basically patent farming is what they do. They go out there looking for reasons to go after people who have something close to their patent. and it'll be judged to decide whether they're even close or not. The patent may not even be close to what Nintendo actually has done, and hopefully it is, and hopefully it gets thrown out, or they're ruled against the other company. So what do you think about this lawsuit against Nintendo with this patent? Among some they've had recently. And to be honest, with technology, things move so fast, sometimes it isn't easy to know that someone else has gotten a patent for the same thing you have. That there are a lot of companies that get patents that are slightly different than other patents, and that sometimes they're so, you can infringe on a patent with really not even noticing it, not even knowing it sometimes, because there's so many out there. But what do you think about the fact Nintendo's getting sued again over this? Do you think they'll lose? I just think it's funny they're going after the Wii U, a system that has not done historically very well. But if people think they get money, or they think Nintendo's weak because they hear that the Wii U's not doing very good and this and that, when really the 3DS is doing real good and Nintendo is financially secure, that they can fight a battle. But what do you guys think about this article? Like always, thanks for commenting, liking, and subscribing, guys. I really do appreciate it. And I will talk to you guys later.